things that just weren't there. I didn't feel like we were patient enough to get into our offense. So we did a better job of taking care of the ball. I always love when we have a high assist to made field goal ratio. I think we're going to find a lot of success when that happens for us. Quality depth that came in and made impact, no doubt. And being able to, hold a team to 34% from the field. All points of emphasis for us. And even though it's not always that pretty, it's progress, and that's what we need.
And does going 3-0 in the preseason mean much in the grand scheme of things here?
I don't think so. Obviously you want to win. I think winning it gives you a different kind of vibe, a different kind of feel. But more than anything, we want to see growth. We want to see how we're able to utilize our depth. We want to continue to see different combinations, different lineups, what it looks like. And we want to see application of things that we've done in practice.
Is that just kind of line of rotation, wanting to see things that kind of decision to be off the bench tonight?
Yeah, just giving a different kind of look and seeing what we might be able to do from that standpoint with Sophie's energy in the starting lineup and with DB's production coming off the bench. So, we'll probably continue throughout the course of the week tinkering a little bit. But preseason gives us a good opportunity to see what we like, because it's important to have a good starting group, and it's important to have energy out and production off the bench.
Are there some pairings or starting groups, or just groups of 3 or 4 that, as you step back into the preseason games, that you like more than others?
I don't know if I have it like that yet. Certainly I think when you have Lexie and Sophie's energy and what they bring together, they work so well off the ball. They're cutting. Their energy on the defensive end of the floor, their communication, they're fast twitch too. And they do a really good job of giving us a boost. And so I do like it when they're on the floor. And I like it when they're on the floor together.
What do you like about Sophie starting today? Obviously, until she got injured.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always so hard right after a game to see. I think we'll have to dive in a little bit more, to what it looked like on both ends. I know I missed her energy off the bench. Certainly, we had some production early. I like being able to put DB in at the 4 as well and stretch the floor. But, it's still a work in progress.
With Sophie's injury, too, is there any update on that?
I don't think so. She was in there getting in a cold tub, so she keeps saying I'll be fine, so I trust her.
Just to kind of go back to Lexie, especially that fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
How important that would be, not only on the defensive end, but that offense certainly coming along.
Lexie's playing with such a high level of confidence. You saw that the second half of last season, her starting to grow into that. I think you saw it a lot in Unrivaled as well. It unlocked, I think, a little bit of creativity. I think sometimes when you're a young player in this league, when you accept your role, as Lexie does, you can't allow it to put you in a box, right? Your role can change throughout the course of a season. Your role can change throughout the course of career. So you want to be able to stretch and expand. And I think Lexie's done a really good job of putting herself in position for that. Running actions for her, allowing her to decision make. Hell, I think in the Washington game we had her playing some point. So it's a tribute to the work that she's put in. The confidence that she's built with her discipline and work ethic in the off season, and you trust her on the floor. You trust her to make the right play and make the right read.
You talked about Caitlin's competitiveness, fieriness pregame, and she obviously picked up that tech today.
Mm-hmm.
Just how do you help her try to work through that frustration so she might not get a tech?
Yeah, I didn't see what happened on that. So obviously we'll have a conversation about it. We'll watch film. We'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. I think, the growth process or the growth edge for young competitive players is how you channel your energy, right? Like Tamika Catchings was the same way as a young player. You're fiery, you're competitive, and so being able to channel it in a way that is positive, for her and for our team. And, it's part of growing, right? It's part of growing in this league. So I don't know. I have to see it again. And we'll talk through some of those things and talk through some situational basketball, as we will with everybody, but specifically with her, because she's got the ball in her hands a lot.
How do you Just how do you assess KK and Jayla?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, certainly, KK's ability to come in and impact from that post position. She doesn't try to force things. She allows things to come to her. She plays with great pace as a young player. And oftentimes you'll see young players play too fast. She's poised and she's ready when her number's called. And JB too. I mean, JB is dynamic. She's athletic. She has a great ability to get downhill. She and Kelsey are really deadly in that mid-range. She's a great rebounding guard. So it's a tough job to have to compare those two because they just bring such different aspects to our team and to our game.
Yeah. Early happy Mother's Day. I know you have family here this weekend. What's it like having a job in the best women's basketball league in the world, and then also having that special job away from the court?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think one of the most important things to me having 4 boys is that they get an opportunity to be around and witness strong women, right? To be allies, to be advocates, to see the best in the world do what they do every single day, see the work that goes in before practice, during practice, after practice, to be able to see the highs and lows, to be able to understand that sometimes you get knocked in the mouth, sometimes you fail, sometimes you play, sometimes you don't. How you handle all those things are great life lessons for them. And then for me as a parent, not just allowing them to experience those things, but to know that no matter what happens, right, win, lose, draw, that when I walk off the floor, like, I'm mom, and they don't care. Now, they're a little bit more critical now that they've gotten older, but it's like, where are we going to dinner? Can I stay up late tonight? It's all of those things. And so it gives me great perspective. It allows me to stay balanced, to not really get, because you can get too high and too low. And we talk about it as coaches all the time, but emotionally as parents, sometimes too. So it allows me to just recenter at times when I really need it.
Steph said you were coming in playing with a lot of confidence today. Just where's that confidence coming from for you, kind of coming out of Unrivaled and into this new season?
I think more than anything, just being able to practice with our team. We're getting a lot of good reps in practice, and I think confidence comes from that. Confidence comes from getting the reps, the game-like reps, over and over again in practice. And our team's super competitive. So every single day that we've had of training camp so far has felt pretty much game-like. Like, we're all taking it very serious, and it starts in practice.
What are the biggest things you take away from the 3 preseason games?
That it's going to be an exciting season. I think more than anything, we're a deep team, and I think everyone's really bought into trusting the process. The season, it might not start off super pretty, but we know that putting in the work, putting in, trust into the coaching staff, trusting each other, that by the end of the season we'll be exactly where we want to be. So just excited, with the progress we've made even over just 3 games.
Steph just talked about how you and Sophie come in with a lot of energy, a lot of fast twitch pace. Just what's it been like with Sophie coming in and being able to play with her?
I mean, it's so fun. Sophie's so fun to play with. She has a different energy about her, something you can't teach, something you can't tell people to act like, because you either have that or you don't. And being able to play with her, you feed off that, and she feeds off the crowd feeds off her. So it's super fun, and I'm very grateful to get to play alongside her.
Well, you had a great game for Atlanta tonight. What did you see from Rhoda when she's a rookie stepping in, fresh off of playing in the tournament?
Yeah, I know how quick that comes. So it's great to see, the rookies last year, this year coming in and playing with confidence. That's all you can really ask for rookies. And it just shows that the game's continuing to grow. Rookies aren't coming in and acting like they're not supposed to be here. They're here and they're making names for themselves. And, exciting for any rookie to come in there for one of their first 2 games and have a game like she did.
So one of the things that makes the crowds fun is all the moms and daughters that we see out here. So tomorrow, Mother's Day, I'm just wondering, what kind of your thoughts going into Mother's Day, have moms on your staff and around the league as well?
Yeah, women are amazing. And I think you see that not only from our coaching staff, but our teammates that are moms. They do it all. And being able to come and put their bodies on the line, be away from their family a lot of the season, it's a great opportunity to celebrate those women in our lives. And I'm so very grateful for what they've done for us and just to be, alongside them again.
How do you assess where the team's at? Some kind of takeaways?
So far, I feel like where we're at right now, I feel like we had a good spot right now. We're still learning each other. Each day we're stacking the days, like Coach Steph White say, stack the days, and that's what we've been doing through these preseason games, and also practice. But we still got some work to do still before our actual first game.
And how do you feel, you've adjusted to obviously a lot of new teammates and a new system under Steph?
For me, it doesn't take me that long to adjust to a new team or teammates or coaches wise. I'm a quick runner when it comes to like running my teammates and what the coaches are throwing at us. So far so good.
KK during the preseason.
Absolutely. I always tell when you go out there, play your game, play free-minded, but also get the rebounds. Be a good rebounder, so make sure you get every rebound that you can, and just play good defense and just don't overthink nothing. Have fun out there.
What do you think she brings to you guys as an extra forward?
Versatile, versatility, good defense, good rebounder. That will be for the backup five for a leader to help with the out as well. So she's going to be really good for us.